Hello, good evening. Welcome back for another important session on P block element. We are almost going to tell you that this is a chapter which was a long chapter, but we have finished most part of it. And last time we have told you some of the important oxides which the oxygen forms: metallic oxide,
Yes, sir.
non-metallic oxides, and
Amphoteric,
amphoteric oxide is a
neutral oxide.
which has been asked many times. Al2O3 reacts with HCl, and Al2O3 also reacts with sodium hydroxide. So then certain oxides which were neutral like CO, NO, and N2O. Now the important compound which is before us today is ozone. You are aware of this ozone. You know that
Yes, sir.
ozone actually is an allotrope of oxygen. What is this ozone?
Okay. Allotrope of oxygen.
Is an allotrope of oxygen. And as you can see that this is reactive. It is very reactive. It is reactive. Something which is reactive cannot stay for a longer period at a sea level, and at a height of about 20 kilometers is formed in the atmosphere oxygen in the presence of sunlight. You have heard about ozone layer.
Yes, sir.
That is the most important point here. What is the ozone layer?
Sir, it is a layer in the upper atmosphere which protects the Earth from the harmful UV radiations of the sun.
Okay, UV radiations are harmful, and if they reach us, they can cause skin cancer and other problems. Our eyes will also be damaged. And you have heard about ozone hole.
Yes, sir.
Scientists know that there is an ozone hole now, which is coming due to depletion of the ozone
Ozone layer.
to the certain exhaust gases which are emitted by the activities of the man. You will see that. The important question which can be asked is that when I say preparation of ozone, it is prepared from oxygen through silent electric discharge. See, this is
Okay.
my oxygen. It is converted into ozone, and at 298 Kelvin, I am writing delta H for the reaction is plus 142. They are always given in kilojoules per mole. What is the importance of this? The question was asked that what do you mean by silent electric discharge? This is the question here. It is mentioned in the book, they are saying silent electric discharge. Why you need silent electric discharge for O3? Why do you need that? Question, answer wherever possible. We must learn what we are talking about. What is the purpose of silent electric discharge? Students, what do you mean by silent electric discharge?
Sir, O3 is a very reactive molecule.
Actually,
So,
what I have shown here, you can see why did I show this video? The reaction is not exothermic. The reaction is endothermic, as you can see.
okay.
This reaction
Okay.
absorbs energy. The formation of ozone from oxygen is endothermic reaction. Endothermic. So what will happen if some discharge is not electric and some energy will be released, then it will dissociate back. it will dissociate back into oxygen. So that is the reason, because it will prevent decomposition of ozone, to
Okay.
prevent decomposition of O3. It will decompose because the reaction involves absorption of energy. Further important question has been asked about this, that O3 acts as an oxidizing agent. You can see a lot of oxygen is there.
Yes, sir.
What type of oxygen is there? This question was given. Why it acts as a powerful oxidizing agent? Why?
So because it has a lot of nascent oxygen, free oxygen.
It will break to give oxygen and nascent oxygen.
Yes, sir.
So it is giving us nascent oxygen. Therefore, it acts as an oxidizing agent. And we have shown the important reactions.
Okay, sir.
Sometimes in the paper, they'll ask you give the reactions in which ozone acts as an oxidizing agent.
Okay.
I have PBS react with ozone. What is happening? It is forming
PbO,
SO4
PbSO4. Okay.
and O2. Further important reaction. This is more important reaction, that if you have iodide ions, if you react them with ozone, this is going to be something very important. Question has been asked on this. What question I have given
Okay.
already? Why this reaction is important? What you are getting here? Iodine solid plus
And
O2.
oxygen.
Now this
Yes,
is
sir.
the liberation of iodine. Here 2 moles of I minus gives me 1 mole of iodine. And how much ozone is used? 1 mole.
1 mole. Okay.
1 mole, 2 mole, and 1 mole of iodine. This is the stoichiometry of the reaction. And what happens if we react ozone with potassium iodide solution buffered with borate buffer? pH is around 9.2. Iodine is liberated. This iodine can be titrated against. Iodine can be titrated. This is a titration. Very important titration. Iodine can be titrated against standard solution of sodium thiosulfate.
Okay.
Sodium thiosulfate standard solution, I'm saying. Sodium Na2S2O3. Sodium thiosulfate standard solution. So we can estimate then how much iodine is there. And once we know how much iodine is there, that will tell us how much of ozone gas is present. So as you can see the stoichiometry of the reaction. So this is a quantitative method for estimating ozone gas. This question has been
Okay.
the paper, it can be asked again.
Okay.
Important question, that how will you estimate the ozone quantitatively? How will you estimate ozone quantitatively? What you are doing, reacting this with potassium iodide, and in the result of which is iodine gas is liberated. The iodine gas is titrated against standard solution of sodium thiosulfate. From here, I estimate the amount of iodine, and from this, I know how much O3 is present. This is
Okay.
titrations are always used for estimation. Titration. Important question was asked in board exam. Such questions can be given in the paper. So wherever question possibility is there, we will try to see what questions can be given. One of the problem is that we have told you there is a protective layer of ozone in the atmosphere.
Yes, sir.
And we are saying there is a ozone hole
Okay.
is depleting. Already scientific evidence is there. Jet aeroplanes might be slowly depleting the concentration of ozone layer in the upper atmospheres. What they release, your jet aeroplanes, NO gas. And this NO gas reacts with O3 gas. And result
Okay.
is NO2 gas plus O2 gas. Plus O2 gas. So this will consume ozone. There are other methods also where this is being consumed. So exhaust gases from supersonic planes, and also, there are certain aerosols which we are spraying, and also aerosol spray, and as refrigerants also are throwing certain materials, the use of freons which are used in aerosols. So this problem is already there, and attempts have been made to check it. When we know the problem, we can handle it. We can handle it. Already, Delhi is undergoing more pollution due to stubble burning,
Yes, sir.
and smoke is coming. We are aware of the problems. Will we be able to stop it or not? Because these are made by man's activities. Can we check it? This is our problem. Now, we have told you some of the properties of the ozone, and what about the structure of the ozone? You know what is the structure of, how will you draw the Lewis structure of ozone? We always, Lewis is very important because this man has given us so much information about molecules. If we can't draw the structures by Lewis, we will be losing a lot of good part of the chemistry. How many electrons will be
Yes,
there
sir.
in O3? What will be O3 then? 6 into 3, 18 electrons.
Uh,
Oxygen is how much? 2, 6.
yes. Yes, sir.
So what we have?
18 electrons.
How many? 2, 4, 6, 6, and
3, 4.
10, 10, 16, and 8.
And 2 more. Yes, sir.
But you can write the resonance of this.
So this double bond can shift to the other side.
Yes. So if you will do experimental measurements, what will be all the bond lengths will turn out to be equal.
Equal.
This question has been asked. Always single bond is 6 electrons, double bond is 4 electrons. So you are aware of this. So how do you write? All the
Yes, sir.
bond lengths are equal.
Equal.
If we find the values of this, and around 128 picometer, bond angle is around 117 degree.
Okay.
It is used as a disinfectant, germicide, sterilization of water, used as bleaching oils. And
Sir, how many uses should we learn for each compound?
we, and not much is being asked, but once a while in, medical, they may give you because it's related to the bio type of things which have
Okay.
some uses.
Okay.
So 1 or 2 questions are given like that. Compounds like pharmaceutical, medicine, or which are important.
Okay, sir.
But not much is going to be asked. Mainly we know what the properties are. And for example, here some questions have been asked. Which one of the following? Which one of the following? Which one of the following? Which one of the following does not react with oxygen directly? You have zinc, then Ti, platinum, iron. So which is very inert in this? Which is very inert?
Sir, platinum.
Platinum
Pt.
is very inert. Platinum. And complete the following reactions. What is happening?
C2 plus H4. C2H4 plus O2. Okay.
This is oxidation.
Yes, sir. So it will give
This is a
CO2.
combustion reaction
Yes, it will give CO2 plus H2O
and energy, heat energy.
and heat energy.
And this reaction 4Al plus 3A2,
It will give you Al2O3.
Al2O3. Why does O3 act as a powerful oxidizing agent?
Sir, O3 acts as a powerful oxidizing agent because it has nascent oxygen. It can give out nascent oxygen.
Nascent oxygen. How is O3 estimated quantitatively? Important question. I said this question was asked in the paper.
Ozone can be estimated quantitatively when it reacts with the excess of potassium iodide buffered with borate buffer. Then iodine is liberated in the reaction, which can be titrated against a standard solution of sodium thiosulfate.
Okay. This is important reaction. This reaction.
Okay, sir.
This is important. This question was given in the paper. Okay. Now we're coming to the sulfur. That sulfur has got allotropes.
Okay.
What are those? Allotropes of sulfur. Here a question has been given in paper. You know, allotrope is important. Phosphorus also I told you. Phosphorus allotropes are
Yes, sir.
always asked.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes a question is given in the allotrope of sulfur also.
Okay.
So what you have basically the allotrope of sulfur, you have rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur. And this is yellow in color, melting point. Sometimes they are important because in the paper they ask certain question like that. Specific gravity 2.06. They are formed on evaporating solution of raw sulfur in carbon disulfide. It is insoluble in water. Solubility is important when I talk the allotropes.
Okay.
What is important? Solubility.
Solubility.
Insoluble in water. But dissolved to some extent in benzene and soluble in carbon disulfide. Soluble in carbon disulfide. This is our rhombic sulfur. Another form, monoclinic sulfur. You can see that the two have different melting points, 393 Kelvin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Melting point. And it is
Okay.
soluble in carbon disulfide. And it is prepared by melting rhombic sulfur. And on removing what you get crystals of beta sulfur. It is stable. Now this is important point.
Okay.
It is stable above 369 Kelvin. And below 369 Kelvin, monoclinic. This is monoclinic. It will get converted into rhombic. This question was given somewhere. Temperature at which the two are interconverting.
Okay.
So sometimes they write allotrope A. is converted into B at about 369 K, which is the cellulose. So we should be aware of certain facts. These are facts, experimental facts, which we should know because we don't know what question can be given. Every type of question is given. There is no limit to the questions. And important point, they asked a question. Which form of sulfur shows paramagnetic behavior? Actually, you will see that the structure this exists in the form of the Puckered rings. Puckered rings. They are called Puckered rings, and they have what we call as a chair form and crown shape, something like this. Sulfur, 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 sulfur. This form is also there, and you have sulfur, 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 sulfur. Such forms are existing as 8. This is S8 and this is S6 ring. S8 and S rings are known.
Okay.
Several other modifications contain 6 to 20 sulfur atoms per ring. Even they are also known. And cyclo S6 adopts chair forms. And which form of sulfur shows paramagnetic behavior? Actually, in the vapor state, sulfur partially exists as S2 molecule. S2, which has 2 unpaired electrons.
Anti-bonding orbital.
Anti-bonding on the 2 unpaired electrons. You know about O2?
Yes, sir.
How did you explain the paramagnetic behavior of oxygen? There were 2 electrons in the anti-bonding
orbital.
So 2 unpaired electrons in anti-bonding orbitals. Thus, it is similar to O2. Do you hear that there are 2 unpaired electrons in oxygen in the anti-bonding pi star? Molecular orbital theory. Explain.
Okay.
This was a question which was given somewhere. The oxide of sulfur. What is that oxide of sulfur? I am talking of sulfur dioxide. 1 or 2 questions are given. Usually, not much is expected, but God knows anything can be. And sulfite ions, when we add acid to that, sulfite SO3 2 minus H2SO3. You add acid in this, what will happen? It will give sulfur dioxide.
Okay.
And industrially roasting of sulfide ores of iron. Sulfide ore of iron roasted when they produce a lot of sulfur dioxide gas. In the metallurgical operations, certain gases are produced which can be used. So we can use these gases. Iron pyrites. This is an ore of iron. And gas is drying, liquefied under pressure and stored in steel cylinders. This gas is stored in steel cylinder under pressure. You see, most of the gases are stored under pressure. Why? Why the gases are stored under pressure? Because if you put a gas in a cylinder, then transportation is easy.
Yes,
you can take the gas from one place to another.
Yes, sir.
And then pressure has to be applied, high pressure, because gases are highly compressible.
Yes, sir. So that it can be compressed. Okay.
Gas is the property of the gas is most important property of the gas can be compressed. Oxygen gas cylinders are there. CNG compressed natural gas, LPG liquefied petroleum gas. So what we are doing under pressure is being applied. Now the sulfur, what is the possible oxidation state of sulfur? Sulfur is in SO2. What is the oxidation number of sulfur?
Oxidation number of sulfur will be S in SO2 x minus plus 4.
Plus 4. And if it goes to SO4, 2 minus. What is the oxidation number?
This will be x minus 8 is equal to minus 2 plus 8 plus 6.
Therefore, if sulfur goes from plus 4 to plus 6, what will be? It will be a reducing agent or oxidizing agent.
It will be a reducing agent.
Therefore, sulfur dioxide acts as a reducing agent. The question has been given on this.
Okay.
Where you will ask to tell me what happens. Sulfur dioxide acts as a reducing agent. So ferric salts are reduced to ferrous, and the color change takes place. Ferric to ferrous. What we have shown here, ferric ions to ferrous ions. So this will gain an electron. This is the reduction of ferric salts to ferrous sulfate and MnO4. When it goes to Mn2 plus. What is the oxidation number of manganese in MnO4?
It will be in MnO4 minus, it will be plus 7.
Plus 7 to plus 2. Therefore, sulfur dioxide reduces potassium permanganate to Mn2 plus, MnO2.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It decolorizes. You know what is the color of KMnO4?
Color of KMnO4.
You have seen in the
violet yes, color? Purple color.
Purple color is decolorized. So this can also be used to detect the presence of SO2 gas.
Okay.
They have asked you a question in the paper. How will you detect? How to detect SO2 gas? If SO2 gas is liberated in a chemistry lab somewhere, you will pass it through potassium permanganate solution. What will happen? The color will be decolorized.
Okay.
What is the reaction? This is an important reaction for exam. I'm telling you. Some 1 or 2 reactions are also given in the paper, so we have to learn it. But basic thing is, we know that sulfur dioxide acts as a reducing agent. It will be oxidized to which form? SO2 to SO4 2 minus, plus 4 2 plus 6, and manganese plus 7 2 plus 2. The rest you have to just do the balancing. And as you can see here, water, acid is being there. So this is a way to learn the reactions, because it will be difficult to cram these reactions. Cramming is difficult, neither advisable, but after we have learned it, then we can try to write 3-4 times, so that if an exam reaction is given, 1 or 2 reactions will be given, so we will have to write. We should practice some important points, I'm always telling. This, whatever questions have been asked, I'm telling you again and again. Now, question was given in the paper. What happens when sulfur dioxide is passed through aqueous solution of ferric salt? Question 2. Question 3. This, what will happen? Ferric 3 will be reduced to
Solution
ferric,
of ferric, ferrous ion, Fe2
ferrous. So
plus.
we have to write the reaction. In such cases, we have to write the reaction. This is the example of the sulfur dioxide accelerated reducing. Question 2. Comment on the nature of two SO bonds formed in SO2.
So the two SO bonds in SO2 are equal. They have equal bond length because
Again,
SO2 shows
I always say
resonance.
the Lewis structure.
Yes, so it is a resonance hybrid of two forms,
So
and then
once
we can
we
draw the
know how to
structure.
write the Lewis structure, we can write
Yes, sir.
what is that? SO. How
Yes,
many
whatever
electrons
one.
are there in SO2?
On S it will be 2 electrons.
Total electron 18.
Total 18.
6 and 6 in both the cases. So what? How you write it? Now we are so familiar.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Yes, sir.
I always tell my students that they should practice Lewis structure a lot. Organic chemistry is also, all reactions will be based on this, because there will be attack of the lone pair of electrons, nucleophiles, you will see, and transfer and shifting of these electrons. That organic reaction is what? Shifting of these electrons. If you will see the mechanism which we have uploaded, about how many 40 reactions, 20 name reactions have been uploaded in the YouTube. You can see them.
Yes, sir.
Once in a while, some mechanism should be seen, because mechanism will show how the electron movement takes place. That is how the reactions take place, students, and it helps us a lot. So those students who cannot write this structure, how will they learn? It is difficult. So you are aware of the resonance structure of this. So always we are writing. We keep on writing. We never stop writing. That is the thing in chemistry. There is a way of learning. Otherwise, my confidence will be lost. Because there are students, they say, sir, we have understood it. But I said, have you written it? That is the trouble now. You have not written it yourself, you will not be able to do that in the exam.
Yes,
Some
sir.
error will take place. How is presence of SO2 detected? What will you do?
Presence of SO2 can be detected since SO2 is a reducing agent, so it reduces ferric ions to ferrous ions, and when it is added to potassium permanganate solution, it turns colorless.
Okay.
So it acts as a test for the gas.
So what we find that these are some of the important things which we should learn about SO2.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm coming to another very important one. Question is coming on this. I talked of oxoacids of phosphorus. I said one question will come.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm saying oxoacids of sulfur, and I'm saying one question will come. Therefore, oxoacids again chemistry. I'm talking of oxoacids. Something is very important about them. What is important about them? There will be a question on this. Let it be any paper. You are saying in oxoacid, what will be there? What will be present in oxoacids of sulfur?
Uh,
There will be
Oxygen.
sulfur oxygen bonds. There can be SOOH bonds. There can be even SH bonds. We'll see that. But this has to be there, oxygen, and this bond should be present. And oxoacids, you see, they can occur in free state,
Yes, sir.
and as salts, free state salts are there, oxoacid salts. Then the free state plus salts or in solution, they exist, a lot of them exist in solution. You have seen what type of names they are giving. Sulfurous. When I say sulfurous, the last letter is OUS, us.
Yes, sir.
Somewhere you are saying sulfuric.
RIC.
What is the difference? What is the difference here? There is a series which are the sulfuric acid is a sulfurous
Sulfurous
acid.
is H2SO3 and sulfuric is H2SO4.
Now let us see the oxidation numbers of sulfur. What is the oxidation number of sulfur in? What is the oxidation number of sulfur in? If I write H2SO3, what is the oxidation number of sulfur here?
It will be
How much is it? 6 minus 6 plus 2. 4 minus 6 plus 2.
plus 4 in H2SO3 plus 4.
And what is H2SO4?
In H2SO4 it will be plus 6.
That is what I wanted to tell.
Okay.
Higher oxidation state, higher oxidation number of sulfur is called ic, sulfuric.
Okay.
And a lower oxidation number will be called sulfurous.
Okay.
Certain things help us to learn them. There will be something called peroxo acids. What are peroxo? They are saying peroxo.
Which are the peroxo bond? Oxygen bond.
There will be oxygen bond. They are in some cases. And what else they are talking? Here he has given less, but there will be some called hypo. Hypo means the oxidation number will be still lower. Lowest oxidation number of sulfur. And sometimes they call hyper. Hyper means highest, higher to higher oxidation numbers.
Okay.
This is a way of, understanding certain information about sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid. There could be thionic acid series. There could be peroxo acid series. It all depends on what type of linkage is there.
Okay, sir.
As you know, thio linkage. As linkage is because oxygen and sulfur they are in the same group. So a lot of time you will see compounds of sulfur or oxygen sulfur. One question will be asked: how to draw the structures of these? Question is how to draw structures. Every year give one question. First, let me take, we should now know the formula. If it says sulfurous, then in the exam, students are confused. What is the formula of sulfurous? The oxidation number of sulfur should be lower. That's what I give catch. So it cannot be H2SO4. Therefore, I say H2SO4.
SO3.
In the exam, he is not giving you the formula. Then what will you do? Now he says sulfurous acid, write the structure. What? I don't know what is sulfurous acid. How will I write the structure? Students are writing H2SO4 and giving the structure. So the what clue we have, the oxidation number should be lower. And you are saying in this there will be at least one sulfur oxygen bond. Then what you are saying, there will be an OH bond. OH bond. What else is there? Now how many? I have used one oxygen, two oxygen. How much oxygen is left? One?
One.
And one hydrogen. What is this? 3 oxygens used. And
yes,
2 hydrogens are also
2
used.
hydrogen used.
What else is there now?
One lone pair will be left on sulfur.
One lone pair is there. There is a lone pair of electron on the sulfur. This we have to show in the paper, students.
Okay.
So if I say, what is the hybridization? What is the hybridization?
It will be sp3.
Three bond pair how much? Three, lone pair one, total one,
4.
four.
So
Then I
sp3.
sp3 hybridization. Actually, students did not write the lone pair in the paper, so then 0 marks. Got my point? Because some
Yes, sir.
we are just saying, okay, this is the structure, but then it is
Okay.
incomplete structure. The lone pair of electrons should be shown. All right. Okay. Any difficulty here? We have got some idea about how what type of acids we are talking about. Let me give a submit and then. One question is coming on this. Always important question. Oxo acid, there will be a question. And I can tell you very clearly.
Yes, sir.
Good questions. Okay, in the exam question was given, draw the structure of H2 sulfuric acid. Draw the structure of sulfuric acid. What is the formula?
Sulfuric acid H2SO4.
H2SO4, because sulfur will be in higher oxidation state.
Yes, sir.
Now, here I said, okay, sulfur, oxygen, always oxo bond is present, then what is left? OH, another hydrogen is there, OH, and what is there now?
And 1 oxygen more.
हो गया?
Yes, sir.
2. Now, is there any lone pair?
No, sir.
No, because 2, 4, 6. Sulfur oxidation numbers. What is the oxidation number? Plus 6.
Plus 6.
Plus 6. Sulfur, oxygen sulfur family. NH2NP4. NH2NP4. Okay, this is the correct structure. How many? What type of acid is this?
So it is a oxo acid, which is a strong oxo acid.
Diabasic acid.
Okay, dibasic. Okay.
How many ionizable? 2H plus.
2H plus.
N factor 2.
2.
What they call is N factor 2.
2.
And you know that H2SO4, what it gives? Okay, I'm putting it this way. HSO4 minus and H plus. We have Ka1, aqueous. Aqueous, HSO4, aqueous will give what? H plus and SO4.
SO4 minus. 2 minus.
Ka2. Question was given, which is greater, Ka1 or Ka2?
Sir, Ka2 should be greater.
Why? Why Ka2 should be greater? Will it be easy to remove a proton from negatively charged species? Or it will be easy to remove a proton from a neutral species?
From a neutral species, it will be easier.
H plus you are Giving.
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
it is
sir.
negative, it will attract H plus. So this
Ka
value is
one should.
much larger than Ka2.
Okay.
The second dissociation constant is very small as compared to the first dissociation constant of H2SO4. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Now we are saying draw the structure of peroxo disulfuric acid.
Peroxo disulfuric acid.
Peroxo disulfuric acid. Now we have to learn the formula of this also before we answer this question, students. H2S2O8. H2S2O8. Peroxo, what linkage is there?
Oxygen linkage.
That we know. It has got oxygen linkage. And there are so two sulfurs S2. And we are saying disulfuric acid. We already know the structure of sulfuric acid. You know the structure of sulfuric acid. How do you write? S double bond O. But in this you have already this bond. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now we have to write the other ones, so it will become easy for us. It will become easy for us. How will we then complete it? Sulfur, and then how many you have still? How many hydrogen? Only 2. So one I give to this, one I give to this. Then what? How many oxygens left now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gone. Then easy for me. Got it?
Yes, sir.
H2S2O8. What is that? Peroxo disulfuric acid.
Disulfuric acid.
I am saying one question will be there in the paper from oxo acids.
Okay.
Every year they are doing. They may ask even draw the structure of H2SO4. It depends. They will give. They may not give the formula to you. They will give the name.
Okay.
Because it was peroxo disulfuric acid. No? So I got a idea that there is going to be peroxo bond, and then 2 sulfuric acid means 1S and 1S. And then this is the H2SO4 you have seen. This is H2SO4. Everything is same except here this hydrogen is gone and peroxo bond has come. If I know this, I can write this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is 1, this is my 2. I can easily, from here, I can make it disulfuric acid, but peroxo linkage I have to put. Another question is coming, which is also important. This was asked 2-3 years back. Oleum is a very important compound. You know, sulfuric acid, when it is manufactured, what they do? They prepare oleum. And then oleum can be diluted to give H2SO4 in the industries. What they prepare, what they store is actually oleum.
Okay.
Oleum. What is this? Pyrosulfuric acid. Do you know what is pyro? What is pyro in chemistry? Have you heard about pyrolysis? What is pyrolysis? The word is coming from pyrolysis. You know what is pyrolysis?
Sir, pyro means heat.
So when you heat something, what will happen? If you heat something strongly,
It will dissociate.
what will come out? Water is going to go out.
Water will come out. Yes, sir.
So pyrolysis is saying that it is a removal of water, or in other words, supposing this is the story here, OH. I have another molecule. Supposing I have another molecule of this. ठीक है? S double bond OH and double bond O. ठीक है?
Okay.
If I say pyrolysis, what is going to be lost?
Water will go.
Minus H2O. This is a way to, learn these things. You can't remember everything. But if I know, then what is the meaning of every word has a meaning. No chemistry. That is what I am saying to you all the time. Every definition has a meaning. Every word has a meaning. We should try to understand it. Then it will become easier for us to learn it, and also to remember it and write in the paper. Otherwise, it is a lot of confusion is there. So many oxoacids of phosphorus are there, sulfur, and so many allotropes. I'm talking of phosphorus, sulfur. Again, I'm saying questions are coming here. Favorite questions are coming. Only cramming is not going to help us. And when I say pyro, one thing is there in phosphorus. Also, I told you pyrophosphoric acid. What type of linkage was there? See, pyro. This type of linkage. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because you have OH and OH. And once the water goes out, what is the result of that? You have two OH. And if they lose water, what is left?
One O will be left.
So that is the meaning of pyro. Now it is
Okay.
easier for us to write the structure of pyrosulfuric acid or oleum. Oleum question has been asked in the paper. I'm telling you. Then how will I write oleum? So what I do for this, it is SOS. Pyro. Okay, then what is here? Sulfur double bond O. Sulfur double bond O. Oxo acid. And then what else is left? What else is left? What is the formula of this? H2 H2O7.
O7. Yes, sir.
Two OH are there, no problem. I give one to each. How much oxygen is left? Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these are some of the important oxo acids which were given in your book. Since I expect a question on this, I have tried to explain it in as easy way as possible, so that we learn it and we don't do mistakes in the paper. I hope you have learned it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we will meet you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Same time.
Okay. Tomorrow is Sunday.
Okay, we
sir.
are taking some classes before.
Yes, sir.
Because 2
Yes,
days
sir.
we won't be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tomorrow we'll take at 6.
Okay,
Same
sir.
time.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then good night.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.